Hi, welcome to A Watchman's Journal. I'm Diana Larkin, and today we're going to be going over the journal entries that I heard from the Father this past week. Our episode is entitled, "The Darkness Will Give Way to a New Dawn." Such an important word for us to hear right now as we are facing giants and mountains that don't seem to be moving out of the way. But God. We're going to start with December 14th when I heard a clean slate. When the victory is secured over the darkness and their evil empire of destructive schemes and laws has been wiped away, it will be time for your nation to start over with a clean slate. I am calling you who have fought so valiantly on the front lines of the battle to now step into the position of reformers. I want the clean slate I give to your land to be filled with my righteousness and justice. This will be accomplished together as a team. The God of glory and his sons and daughters of light. Call forth new life for your nation, shaped by his justice and righteousness. Call forth reconciliation where the darkness sowed division and lies that separated people. Apply the blood of my Son to the clean slate, so that what is formed and written on that slate will be from my great wisdom and my heart of love. Don't just hope things will be done right this time. Take authority over any dark or selfish influences and bar them from interfering with the clean new slate. Speak my life, my peace, and my prosperity over this clean slate, and that there would be truly justice and the ability to pursue life and its fulfillment. Goodbye, darkness. Hello, clean slate. Help bring it in. So this gives us a vision for the future and a balance. We're not always going to be exclusively fighting darkness. We're going to have to remember to balance that with calling forth new life. A journal nugget from December 14th of 2021, a roar and laughter. I am poised to release a final ear-splitting, earth-shaking roar over your nation. It will penetrate all the hiding places of the corrupt and break them open. It will uncover and expose to the light all the hidden evidence of corruption, fraud, abuse, and murder. Then I will laugh at my enemies, which is what Psalm 2 says. And you will join me in laughing and rejoicing that I have rescued you and your nation from the deep darkness to reestablish you as my covenant nation. It's a good thing we belong to the one who's going to roar. December 16th, I heard victory is close, victory is assured. Do you know what causes disappointment and discouragement? It is when your expectations of a certain date or a particular plan of man that sounds so promising doesn't take place or accomplish what you had hoped for. Then your hopes fall flat, and this gives place for confusion, fault-finding, and doubt to fill your minds. Misplaced expectations are a huge distraction and make you vulnerable to the enemy's deadly whispers that try to take out your faith. My beloved ones, put all your expectations on me and my marvelous rescue operation. My rescue will include the use of some of man's efforts to free your nation. But it will be a combination of man's inspired plans and my supernatural rescue operation that is still hidden but will suddenly appear. No one will miss that my powerful right arm has done this. Again, I tell you that it will be a convergence of all things that will suddenly bring about the rescue of your land. You have called this an information warfare, and I call it a war of truth versus many lies. Therefore, when either side makes statements, see them as battle strategies being played out before your eyes. Don't take anything at face value, but ask me to help you see what is behind things spoken by the dark and by the light. These are warfare moves and must be seen in this light. This will protect your heart from disappointment and discouragement. Hear my voice when I tell you that victory is close and victory is assured. That is beautiful, because his purpose in this is to protect our hearts. So we don't go through that roller coaster of expectations and hopes being dashed. We keep our expectations on him. His rescue operation will converge with man's inspired efforts and give us freedom. A few lines from a journal nugget from December 17th of 2021, and it was about the coming year, and it was called 2022, the year of true blue justice. This year, 2022, will be marked by my true blue justice being reestablished in your nation. He's releasing heavenly justice that will overpower and overtake the corrupt laws, lawgivers, law keepers, and judges that have filled your land with injustice. He says, you've begun to see my hand overturning the tables of injustice and bringing forth righteous judges and just judgments. We've seen that here and there popping up. And he said it's going to increase through the year. So our job is to continue to call in his true blue justice. He's not as stuck to timelines as we are and to dates. But I think we don't have very many days left in 2022, but let's spend them calling in his true blue justice. December 17th of 2022, a very practical entry for us, and it's entitled Feeling Heavy. The darkness wants you to feel a dark weight, a heaviness in the atmosphere. He's projecting on you a feeling of impending defeat with little hope that you'll see my promises come true. Don't take the bait. Impending defeat is his portion. So send this heaviness right back to him. I have an exchange for you. Cast off the dark weight of the enemy and receive the weight of my glory. My glory will bring you new life, refresh vision, and you will experience my life and my light going all through you. Darkness flees at my life, and faith will be restored and strengthened in my glory. Let my glory come flooding in and strengthen you to see beyond the sentence of death for your nation that the darkness is attempting to carry out, and look to my glorious promise of a resurrection of justice and righteousness, justice and righteous ways for your land. It is vital that you do not allow the enemy's weight of defeat to remain on your life. It will disarm and weaken your faith. Exchange it for life, light, and strength of the weight of my glory. We're going to win, and it will be at just the right time. Have faith in me and call in my judgment and justice. So that is actually a confirmation of the word from a year before about true blue justice. So he's confirming to us, continue to call in judgment and justice. Psalm 73, 17 through 19. But then one day I was brought into the sanctuaries of God, and in the light of my glory, my distorted perspective vanished. Then I understood that the destiny of the wicked was near. They're the ones who are on the slippery path, and God will suddenly let them slide off into destruction to be consumed with terrors forever. It will be an instant end to their life of ease, a blink of the eye, and they're swept away by sudden calamity. A journal nugget from December 18th of 2021, The Triumph of a King. Just read you a few lines from this. He's speaking of Jesus as the triumphant king whose birth we celebrate this time of year. And then in his life, what looked like the greatest defeat was actually the greatest victory of all eternity. And he's speaking of the cross here. The Father says, use this spiritual lens to view your present day dilemma of a nation stolen by darkness and the destiny of my chosen leader seemingly cut off and buried. Who is the God of resurrection power? Who is the God of life and fulfillment? I am. Look to me, trust my timing. You will see with your own eyes the triumph of a king as I return the leader I chose and you chose to help lead this nation out of darkness into the light. Suddenly. December 18th of this year, where are the bodies buried? Your enemies are about to carry out a foolish plan to destroy your rightful leader. Their desperation to keep the truth hidden about their lives of corruption and perversion will force them to carry out this reckless power play to bring down my chosen leader for your nation. These evil leaders are so arrogant they believe they can get away with accusing and convicting the true leader of what they themselves planned and carried out. They believe they can still fool you with their lying media, and that either you will believe all is lost or that this would start a civil war. All the while, it is they who are the ones who are seditious, treacherous, and traitorous. I am giving you a look at their plans so that you're forewarned not to buy into either ploy that they want you to believe. They want you to believe what the media is reporting. And do not do that, and do not be drawn into fighting your brothers who are still under the spell of the lies of darkness. I know where the bodies are buried, and I'm going to open up all the hidden corruption, murders, and lies for the whole world to see. They have thrown my offer of mercy and grace back in my face for the last time, and I will arise now as all-powerful judge over the great evil they have carried out in the earth and have kept hidden or tried to pin on others. Because they tried to crush innocent lives, they will receive the harvest of these choices, and they will be crushed. Some of them will become bodies who are buried and forgotten. Keep strong in your faith and believe what I am saying to you. This is a serious day when you will see those who buried bodies become the ones who are buried by their corruption and perversion. This serious day will lead to days of victory. Stand fast and stay connected to my heart, and together we will triumph. On to December 19th of this year. Press in, press on, press through. Stay with me, Army of Light, as we plow through these final days of fierce battle. Stay connected with my presence all through your day and night by acknowledging I am there, that I am your strength, and that I have promised you the victory. Together we're going to press in, press on, and press through until you see the dawning of a new day. Do not back off or run from the battle. Press into the fight. I'm by your side, and so are my mighty fighting host. Do not be fooled by the enemy's intimidation, because we are a powerful marching force that makes the earth shake as we go forward and press on through the enemy's troops who have been knocked off balance by our forceful marching. They are perplexed and shaken because we are pressing on through their ranks. As we press on through their shaken and divided troops, we will secure a major victory and overthrow of the darkness. A sign of this victory will be when your rightful leader is restored, but many other victories will be accomplished against their deep and dark agenda. As you move into your new year, there will still be battles, but they will not be this intense, and you will have times of deep rest and restoration. Hallelujah. When you face battles in this coming year, they will be different because you will be fighting from major victories and with much greater confidence in my power and my promises fulfilled. My beautiful children, press in, press on, and press through to stunning victories and great rewards. December 20th of 2022, Glory Bursts. This actually comes from a verse in Psalm 77:15a in the Passion Translation. By your glory bursts, you've rescued us over and over. The Father says, in their arrogance, your enemies think they have won. They think they're going to be successful in bringing down your rightful leader using their corrupt systems to accomplish this. After he's out of the way, they plan to launch dark and destructive schemes in order to bring your nation down and under their greedy, grasping control. But wait, am I standing by with no plan to save you? Oh no. You're going to see my glory burst light up the deep darkness, exposing all their corruption and hidden perversion. I am about to show up and show off for you, my people, and to reveal my superior power and glory to your enemies. Psalm 77, 18 and 19, again in the Passion Translation. Rolling whirlwinds exploded with sonic booms of thunder, rumbling as the sky shouted out your story with light and sound and wind. Everything on earth shook and trembled as you drew near. Your steps formed a highway through the seas with footprints on a pathway no one even knew was there. Of course, this is a reference to the Exodus and a path that no one ever had seen or dreamed could be there. That is what is awaiting us. The Father says, I've allowed the corruption and perversion of the darkness to over-ripen until it is a stinking and putrid mess of evil that will disgust the people of the nation, the peoples of the nations, when it is revealed by my light and sound and wind. And as he spoke that to me, I looked outside and just a sudden wind burst out of nowhere and really blew hard for a few seconds. Then I will lead you out on a pathway no one knew was there. Just remember that as the darkness seems to be even darker, that my glory burst will show up for all the world to see. I am the God of glory, and my glory overpowers everything of darkness. Get ready to see my glory bursts. And here are our action items before we end with a really encouraging journal entry. We have quite a few action items this week. You're going to be busy. After the victory is won, we're to step into the position of reformers. We're to call forth new life shaped by his justice and righteousness. We're to call forth reconciliation of divisions. We are to apply the blood of Jesus to the clean slate, so that is what is written there will be of his wisdom and his love. We're to take authority over any dark or selfish influences, bar them from interfering. We're to speak life, peace, and prosperity over this clean slate that the Father is giving us, and that it would be marked by his justice and the ability for all to pursue life in its fullness. When we see the house of cards suddenly brought down, we're to laugh at our enemies and rejoice that we have been rescued. Because this is an information war, we are not to take anything at face value. We've got to ask to see behind what is being said or portrayed. Put all our expectations on the Father's rescue operation and not on man's plans or dates. That only opens us up for disappointment. Continue to call in the year of true blue justice. Don't take the bait of feeling heavy, impending doom or defeat. Send that back into the camp of the darkness. Exchange heaviness for the weight of his glory that brings new life, refreshed vision, and strengthens us. Since he is the God of resurrection power, we are to look to him for the fulfillment and the timing of the triumph of a king. He's forewarning us of their desperate plans of darkness. We're not to be drawn into believing media lies or into fighting our brothers who are still under the spell of those lies. Stand fast, stay connected to his heart. Acknowledge his presence with you all through the day and night. It's just as simple as just saying, Father, I'm thinking of you. I'm turning my heart and my eyes to you. And he will connect with you, and you'll feel his strength and life coming into you. Lost my place here. Do not back off or run from the battle. Don't buy into the intimidation of the enemy. We're to press in, press on, and press through until we see the dawning of a new day, stunning victories, and great rewards. And that sets up the December 15th of 2022 word that I heard. The darkness will give way to a new dawn. and it is the name of this episode. Well, I was awakened at 5:25 that morning by somebody speaking to me in a dream, Luke 1:37. Well, I didn't know what that was, so I got up and looked up the verse. For with God, nothing is or ever shall be impossible. Oh, wow. That was a word that was golden, and I needed to hear. It was actually Gabriel who said this statement, and he was talking to Mary about Elizabeth's barren womb and Mary's virgin womb, both which would take impossible supernatural acts to take place and to bring forth new life. So the Father says, no matter how dark it may look for the life of your nation, I'm assuring you that a new dawn is coming. I am life, and I can bring forth life from a dead womb, and I can create life outside of man's ability and power. I have been forming a new nation in the hearts of my people, and you are each carrying an important part of this new nation that I am creating. Will I bring it to fullness and then not allow it to be birthed? Will I allow the enemy to take its life or prevent it from being born? I tell you, nothing is impossible with me. The nation I have been growing deep inside of you is the treasure of darkness, and it will be brought forth with great joy and gladness of heart. A nation can be born in a day, but realize I have been preparing it in hiddenness, out of the sight of the enemy, and he will be dumbfounded when I bring this new nation to birth. What I have done in hiddenness will be revealed before the world, and wonder and awe will fill hearts as the darkness gives way to a new dawn. Beautiful words of hope. And just think of this, all the while, hidden in the darkness, he was forming this nation in our hearts. Isn't that just like God, forming something we weren't even really aware of? But when it comes to birth, we will see it and know it as a beautiful new dawn from his hand. Well, I do have a little bit more to share, but first I want to just pray over these words and let them sink deep into our hearts. So, Father, thank you. These are amazing words that you have given us for warning us, giving us counsel, giving us many action items that we can focus on and not focus on what the darkness is doing, because your rescue plan is opening up a pathway no one has ever seen before. We look forward to seeing you show up and show off before us and the world as you bring into our world a new dawn. Thank you so much for being with me today. I want to mention something about this new dawn that God is bringing to light, because in this new dawn are going to be new creations, new entrepreneurs, new cures, new amazing things that God is birthing. Well, he has already begun this process, and I want to bring to your attention one of those men whom he has birthed a new thing in. And that is, many of you are familiar with Brian, who has a YouTube channel called Love Has a Name. And he has, just in the last month, been inspired by God to create designs. And they have begun to appear on products. And they are amazing. This one is a scripture verse, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And this beautiful travel mug you can take with you wherever you go, and you're making a statement before the world and catching people's attention with God's words and beautiful design. So it really is a beautiful design, and he has many, many more. So I would encourage you, go to his YouTube channel, Love Has a Name, and in the description box there'll be a link to his Redbubble merchandise page. And believe me, there's not only travel mugs, there's shower curtains, there's just about anything that you could think of, t-shirts and hats that you can get his beautiful designs put on. So just encourage you that we began to support these new creative voices and designs that are going to come forth from those among us. So I'm really excited that he is the first fruits of the new dawn. So thanks again for joining me for today. You bless me greatly with your support and your comments and your diligent prayers to bring in the new dawn. Thank you, and be blessed. And Merry Christmas.